Hey friends, I hope you are ready for a lot of cleaning and decluttering motivation coming your way over the next few weeks. We are going to start out by cleaning and organizing this closet and then the closet beside it. So I have two closets in my main hallway that I use, one for my cleaning products and then one for like our kids' games and then just extra office supply storage and just different random things like that. And I'll be honest, I, along with the rest of my family, have just been stuffing things in this closet and closing the door. And today is the day that we are going to tackle it. So I am going to take every single thing out, wipe down all the shelving, and then put everything in the bins that it belongs in, declutter a lot of things, and get this organized and back in order. I love these clear bins that you can get at Walmart. They are super inexpensive, but they do show you kind of what's in the bins, and then I also have them labeled. So I keep things like the kids' coloring books, some extra notebooks, extra tape, just anything that's like that you have like a little bit of an overstock of. I put in a bin, I label it, and I put it in this cabinet. So that way I know exactly where it is when we need one, but it's not just thrown in a drawer, taking up space. A lot of this on this shelf is these papers are just like art and craft things that the kids have done at school. And I do have a bin for that. However, I had the bin up on a higher shelf and couldn't really reach it. So it wasn't handy and I would just shove it in the closet and be done with it. And then the kids get games out and don't put them back right. And then I'm in there shoving things in and it just doesn't all fit the way it's supposed to. So we are getting rid of a lot of things in this closet and we're going to make it a lot easier for people to put things back where they belong. Another thing that I like to store in this closet is my Bible study supplies. So for 2023, I had made a challenge to myself that I would read the Bible in a year. I didn't quite meet that goal, but I am really close. So I'm going to finish that out in 2024. Once I'm done with that, though, I want to get back into deep dive studying the Bible. So I actually enjoy that more than just reading so many chapters a day. I'd rather sit down and study it and learn something every time I sit down. So I'm hoping to get back into that, and you'll see in a little bit what I end up doing with all my Bible study supplies. They do end up coming back into this closet, but in a completely different way. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to just wipe down all of these shelves. With this being a new build, things do get kind of dusty here and there. So you'll see in just a little bit how gross my rag is. And these shelves were clean when I put everything in, but we also moved in July and I haven't cleaned them since then. So it has been a little bit. These are the boxes I'm using for my categories to get rid of things. So that has come in really handy as I've gone through things, and we'll see later what all I have gotten rid of. But now I'm going to go ahead and put all of the games back. I ended up putting them on the lower shelf, so it'll be easier for the kids to get them in and out and put them back where they belong, hopefully. That is the goal. So I thought that might be better, then they can have a little bit easier access. And now I'm just going to go through all of the things that I drug out, put the things in the correct bins. Most of this is the papers from the kids' school activities, and I just put them in a bin, and then at the end of the school year I go through and declutter any of them that I decide that I don't want, and then everything that I want to keep I put in a binder. So I'm sure I'll show that towards the end of the school year after school is over, kind of what I do as their memory bins, because what I do is a little bit different than what you typically see. So that'll be something for later, but for now I just shove it in a bin and wait until the end of the year, because that way I'm not saving too much of their stuff. I'm right now keeping everything that I think I might like, but I'll declutter even more before I end up making their keepsake box, or memory book. So anyway, stay tuned for that in the future, but for now we're just going to do a quick declutter and organize all of the papers. If you have an overflow of papers from your kids from school like I do, go ahead and grab a bin or a box and just put them in there. Go through each one, keep the ones that you like the most or that are the most special to them, and the rest of them get rid of, and then at the end of the year we can go through it together and make them a special bin or binder for them to keep the ones that they like the most. But then that way we're not keeping every single thing, and we also have a container to keep them in so it's not cluttering up our space. But now we're going to go ahead and get everything put back on the shelves. I do end up moving everything down one shelf, like I said earlier, so the games are lower than they were, and then the bins are a little bit lower also. So I hopefully will be putting all of their papers straight into the bins like I should have been doing all along. So this is what I end up doing with all of my Bible study supplies. I wanted to put it in this little cart because then I can just push it from this closet to my table or my countertop or my bedroom, wherever I'm going to be doing my Bible study for that time. And it's everything that I need is right there where I need it. And I don't have to go searching for a pen or a marker or a highlighter or sticky notes. Everything is right there, and I'm hoping that it will encourage me to use it more and do more in-depth Bible studies in the new year. So I hope that this is encouraging to someone else as well. If you are having that goal for 2024, that we can get into the Word more together. Here is a look at the completed, organized closet. I am loving it, and I'm already seeing it working so much better for our family. The kids have already been playing games and putting them right back where they belong. But now we're going to move on to the other side of the closet. The first thing that I'm going to do over here is pull out my cleaning cart. It has become a mess, and so we're just going to take everything out and put everything back where it belongs. And I end up decluttering several of my cleaning cloths. So that feels so much better to have a lot more functioning space and not so much of an overflow of rags that half of them I don't even use. I always tend to pull out the same ones over and over. I have my favorites, and that's just how it is. So if you are like me and you have an overabundance of cleaning rags or cleaning products or anything like that, it is okay to go ahead and get rid of them, let someone else use them. If it's an open cleaning product that you don't think you can donate, it's okay. You have permission to go ahead and get rid of those as well. So we have to make things function for us and our space and our lives. So do what you have to do to make it better for you, and don't worry about the rest. So come along with me as we finish cleaning up this cart and moving on to the cleaning closet. I feel like it wasn't that long ago that I cleaned out this closet. So the fact that it is this messy again really frustrates me, and I know that I need to do better about putting things back where they belong. But this is life, and I know, or at least I hope that you all have a space like this where you can kind of just put things and shut the door and nobody has to know. So, but we're going to get it back in order because I do like it so much better when it is organized and cleaned, and everybody I can literally say, if you need a light bulb, go get it out of this bin. All the bins are labeled, and everyone should be able to find everything they could ever need. So anyway, we're going to start by getting everything out of here as always. And then we will clean the floor because it was pretty dusty. With having my vacuums and everything in here, it gets kind of yucky. So I'm just going to clean it really quick with my handy dandy little Shark vac mop. And then we will get to cleaning the shelves off like we did earlier. This side wasn't quite as dusty as the other side, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but we do go ahead and get it all cleaned off. And then I have been having trouble reaching the toilet paper and paper towels. I am only 5 foot tall, so that is a constant problem for me. So I thought I would just go ahead and move everything down one shelf so that I could reach it a lot easier. And the kids can even reach it better because half the time it's them they're like, well, we need more toilet paper. And so anyway, just moving everything down one shelf to see how it goes. Part of moving into a new house is you just put things where you think you want them, but you don't always get it right the first time. So This is me not getting it right the first time and trying something different. So then I just end up putting all the stuff that I don't use as often on the very top. So once I drug everything out, I put it all on this table, and now I'm just sorting it into the proper bin. I had a bin for almost everything, but I do end up having to make another bin or two. But just like this, my daughter was sick, so we had to use the nebulizer machine. But do you think I put it back in the nebulizer box? Oh no, I just stuck it on the shelf because I couldn't reach the top shelf where the nebulizer box was at the time, so it just got shoved in there. So anyway, we're not perfect, but we are trying to get it back in order today. If you have a lot of random things like this that you are storing in one place, I highly recommend that you go get some inexpensive totes to put them in. If I just had all of this stuff just shoved onto these shelves, it would be a mess, and I would never be able to find anything, and things would be falling out every time I open the door, and that's just not fun for anyone. It's stressful. Typically, if it's like that, you don't even know what you have. So when you go to the store, you just buy more because you don't realize you have some already. So having bins like this, I can know like, okay, we need more toothpaste. So I go to this closet, I get in the tooth bin, and I see we had one box of toothpaste left. So I use that box of toothpaste, but I know to go ahead and stock up on more toothpaste. So if that makes any sense, this method just works best for me to know. Like, we kind of have a backup of things, but it's organized, and I know right where to go if I need it. So anyway, highly recommend this system if you have the space and can get a hold of some inexpensive totes. But we're going to go ahead and get these cords taken care of. This is another thing that drives me crazy, is the cords for the vacuums that I have in here are always just hanging everywhere. So I just used a little clip, like a little hair clip, to bind those cords up. I know they make those little Velcro straps, which would be really nice to have, but I don't have any on hand, so I just got creative and decided I'm just going to use a little claw clip to bind these wires together so they're not just hanging. And then here's my beautiful cleaning cart. I love that thing so much. It fits perfectly right there underneath that bottom shelf, and this is looking so much better. I hope you have enjoyed decluttering my closets with me today. My goal for the next year is to have every corner of my house decluttered and organized. Having less stuff to manage truly does bring me so much peace and joy, hence my channel name, Less Junk, More Joy. So let's work together to have less junk and more joy in the new year.